And then again, Tim Brando, Fox Sports today at 4 o'clock. We'll also have a comment from Nick Saban on NIL that I saw a lot of people discuss as if when Nick Saban was talking about the rich get richer or you're going to – and I would listen to Nick Saban say anything. Now, I'm not like completely fooled that he doesn't have some BS in him as well, but I would listen to him say anything. And I would say that if Nick Saban took over college football – and became the czar, that college football would be better because of it. There's maybe 5 people I would trust to do that.
Well, basically what he says is, look, if you don't get it under control, it's almost like Lex Luthor even saying, like, look, if nobody does anything about this, I'm just going to exploit it. And whether you believe that he's out for the good of college football, which I actually do think Nick Saban sees the big picture, I just think he's saying, like, look, this is how it's going to be. And Craig and I talked about this on Friday. Nick Saban told everybody, hey, look, the spread offense is not good for the game. It's not good. There's injury concerns. I think that's too much. And everybody read that, and it was probably a little bit right at the time of, oh, Nick, you just can't figure it out, and you're still pissed that Johnny Manziel, stuck it to you at your own place. Well, what Nick Saban was basically saying is, look, you make it against the rules, or I will do it to you.
Yeah,
and that's what he did.
And he did. And since that time, he's reeled off one national title in that particular way.
And I think there are some coaches that if they had all the advantages that Nick Saban has, they probably would go like, no, it's totally fair. It's fine. But he knows. He's not stupid. And he knows he's probably got it better than anybody else out there. But I think he also loves college football. I think deep down Nick Saban does love college football. That's his bread and butter. And I think he looks around right now, and even though Alabama's benefiting as much as anybody, he also knows that it takes more than 2 to tango, or it takes 2 to tango, I should say. And, he's looking around probably at the rest of the college football landscape of some of these issues that are arising, and he understands. He's sympathetic to them. Just because he's the best doesn't mean that he can't agree that, hey, this is a little bit unfair for some of the smaller guys, because how could you make the argument that it's not? I mean, look around and tell me how it's not more advantageous for the bigger schools with NIL right now and the fact that there are no rules. He knows that. He's not stupid, and so he's just being honest about it. And look, Texas and Texas A&M in particular took the NIL thing and just said, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to completely exploit this thing and bend it every way possible to our advantage. And everybody else has, either followed suit or doesn't quite know how to do that, or they jumped right on board. And look, Quinn Ewers didn't go to Ohio State just on, this is just the best fit for me, and all of a sudden turn around and accept millions of dollars from Texas. No, he accepted money from Ohio State too. That's part of why he went up there early. So, a lot of people have been involved in the NIL thing. But those two in particular here in our state have, been the ones to take it and just completely turn it into what it was exactly not supposed to be, which was just buying players to come play on your team. And I think Nick Saban refers to that and says, this is not what it was intended to be. So he's just being honest about the whole situation. We all know this is not what it was intended to be, but that is what it's turned into because, again, there were no rules put in place, and they basically just said until there is a mass rule, and there are no rules, and that's why we are where we are right now.
All right, a couple of things, and Anthony Dasher will join us here momentarily.